new kind of split box packaging now, instead of before when you had to pull out the entire box. So not a major change, but just something a little cool. So if we open up, we can see that we have the Note inside, and as you can see there, it's got a Super AMOLED, an HD Super AMOLED, and it runs a 1.4 gigahertz dual core processor, as you can see there. And they've also written on the fact that it uses the pen, so you've got the Note S, which is what they're calling this new technology they're using. So let's get the device out of the box and have a closer look at what comes inside with the device. So as you can see, we've got the manual, warranty, and all the other bits and bobs. We've got the power cable, which for me is actually a European one because they sent one over from Germany or something, I can't remember. But the UK one will have a 3-pin, kind of exactly the same. We'll have a USB port on it as well, so not much change there. The Note actually uses a micro USB, as you can see here, so same connection that you can find on the Galaxy S2. The charge is also the same as well, so you get the same amount of power through it. One thing they did change is the headphones. They've now got this a volume rocker and the usual end call and open call or start music button on it, so it's a nice bit of added tech, if you like, to make the headphones a little bit better, and the quality is very, very good. Right, so I've just run across the room and grabbed my Galaxy S2 just to give you an idea of the size of the Note. As you can see, the bigger screen really does show here. So you've got the comparison of the 4.3 inch to the 5.3. And as you can see, it is slightly bigger, but it's still very, very thin. So it doesn't necessarily it doesn't feel chunky in any way. So it's almost like a mini tablet almost, which you would have thought is the case because it's kind of like the midway between. When you pick it up, it feels very nice in the hand. It's got a nice weight to it, not like major heavy, because the battery is still the same physical size as in the Galaxy S2, but it's a high capacity. So it feels very good in the hand. The screen, the buttons, all placed in the same place that you would have thought if you've got a Galaxy S2. So on this side we've got the volume rocker, then we've got the power button on the other side. On the bottom we have the micro USB and the microphone. And on the top we've got 3.5mm and the noise cancelling microphone as well. On the back we've got the speaker and the 8 megapixel camera with LED flash. And there, if you can see, we've got the little pen tool, which I shall be giving you a more in-depth view in a minute. But as you can see, it just slides in and out the bottom like that. Samsung branded, very, very good stylus. Even has a little pen on, a little button on it. So kind of like a Wacom pen tool if you've ever used one of them before. So a very, very good bit of kit. But we'll come back to that in a minute. So where I want to start is the screen, but first off let's have a quick look at the lock screen of the Galaxy S2. So as you can see, you can move the entire lock screen, which you can pick and choose what it looks like. Now if we go to the Note, I don't know whether or not it's a software change, but you actually have this honeycomb-esque lock screen. So when you touch down, you get a nice little ring, and you can actually move your finger to a different area of the screen, and it'll pop up there. Then all you have to do is slide to the outer most circle, and you can see that little inner line get thinner until it disappears and you've unlocked it. So now I'm going to start talking about the screen, which is 1280 by 800, and there's a little HD video that comes with it, with the device. So I'm going to give you a quick look at that to show you exactly what this device can do. So as you can see, the blacks are really black. I mean, you can't tell when the device's screen is off or just it's a dark part of the video. This is a great one to look at because it shows you all the little tiny bubbles and you can really see everything. I mean, you can't see a single pixel when you're looking at the screen. It's absolutely brilliant. So things like the little bubble that's about to move up there, you can just see absolutely tiny. Colors, fantastic. Of course, this is Samsung's specialty, really. AMOLED screen, so best colors you're going to get. Everything's very smooth, very crisp. I mean, even in this video, where it has lots of different shades and colors, it still looks fantastic. Here, you think the screen is off, but again, no it's not. It's actually just a dark part of the video, and in comes some coins, funnily enough. But this just proves how good the screen is. Right, so now let's talk about the pen tool, which is the major real differentiator from any other devices on the market right now when it comes to Android, really. There is the HTC Flyer out there, but to be quite honest, it's not that great when it comes to actual use and what you can do with the pen. So it really does limit you. Whereas with this, you can use it wherever you want. So you can just use it as if it were your finger, anywhere on the screen. Hold down a shortcut, move it around, really good accuracy. Now, unfortunately, the actual pen doesn't work on the menu button and the back button, which are at the bottom of the screen, the capacitive buttons. But Samsung have got around this, and they've actually put gestures in. So I'm going to show you the two gestures for that. So it's the menu and the back. So if I just go to Google real quick, as you can see, you can use the pen just as you would your finger, move around, do whatever you want. Now, if you want to do an actual gesture, what you got there is a little button. Well, not little, actually, it's quite big. If you press it, hold it down, and then move up, for instance, you bring up the menu. So that works as your menu key. Now, from there, you can then do anything you want, and that works in any app you want. If, say, you want to go back, so I want to go back to my search from here, I hold down my finger on the button again, and I go towards the left, and then it takes me back. And that, again, it can be used in any application and anywhere on the device. So anywhere on the screen, all around. So that kind of solves the problem of not being able to use it on the menu and the back keys. So the next gesture that you can use is taking a screenshot. So again, most of these gestures involve holding down the button. So all you do is hold your finger down on the button and hold down the button. Hold down the stylus on the pen. And there you see, it's taking a screenshot, and it's taking you to that screenshot where you can now edit it. So at the minute we're using red ink, so I can just draw on that however I wish. Put a little circle, arrow, whatever you want, even write on it. Very accurate, very quick, very, very easy, and actually very responsive. You'll be surprised how quickly it writes down everything that you put down and how accurate it is. So after doing that, put a little arrow in. You can actually save, share, print, send it. So you can do anything you want from this one place. And so what I'm going to do is just save it, and then what it'll do, put it into your gallery, and then take you right back into the application you were looking at. So you don't have to do, you can just like be running around the internet, see something you like, screenshot it, edit it, save it, you're back to, say, the browser, doing whatever it was you were doing. So it doesn't really interfere with anything that you were previously doing, which is fantastic, fantastic experience. Next up, I'm just going to show you a few things when it comes to actually using it to take, say, a quick memo. So all this involves, hold down the button, double tap. So now you've got a quick memo. So you can write something like, I need to see the news or something. So read Google News. Done. Save it, saves it to your memo pad. And that's it. So it's like a little window that comes up on the screen, back into your application, doing what you were doing. Doesn't interfere with anything, doesn't take you to another application, does it all from there. So now I'm going to show you S-Memo. So as you can see earlier, you can see our screenshot from before. So you can go into that, edit it if you like, but we're going to just add a new note to it. So it kind of creates like this stack of memos. So if you're, say, taking memos in a meeting, you can, once you fill up the screen, you just add another piece of paper to it, and it keeps it all in that one file. So you can then, in the next time you review it, you can just flick through them all. So I'm going to choose a brush tool, I think, here. Let's change it to blue. Change the thickness a little bit, and you can see there a little preview window of what your stroke is going to look like, which is really handy because thickness is very hard to judge sometimes, especially when you're doing drawings. So as you can see here, this was a quick show of just how good the device is when it comes to pressure sensitivity. So you can see thick at the beginning, and then tapers out and thins at the end, and you can see that when you press really lightly, you get this nice lighter blue compared to the thicker, darker blue. And I haven't changed any settings. You saw that straight from there. All done. So that kind of gives you a good feel and look as to how the pressure sensitivity and the pen works. So here I'm going to show you the keyboard, which you get. So this is the classic one, but you can actually change it to a handwriting recognition version, which I have to say is very, very good, mainly due to the accuracy of the pen itself. So I'm just going to have a quick go with this. How are you? Question mark, and it should recognize all that pretty well. Yep, all really good, apart from that first bit where I was a bit tentative and really didn't press on the screen hard enough for that, the dot on the eye. But easy deleted, you just click on it with the stylus, go to the little shortcut area, backspace, space. Now you can also use gestures in the area as well, so you can use left-handed strokes to actually delete characters, or you can use this gesture to return and make an exit. You can also go into settings and just amend it so it's a little bit more you and get it just the way you like it, which is great. So that's my review of the Galaxy Note. Really great device. So just to recap, 5.3-inch screen, HD AMOLED technology, 1.4 gigahertz dual-core processor, 1 gig of RAM. So it really flies. I haven't experienced any lag yet, so it's pretty darn good to be quite honest. And of course there is the magnificent pen tool, which, trust me, you will love when you try this because it is just such a delight to use. So overall I'll probably give this device an 8.5, 9 out of 10. So really good device, really recommend you go have a look and have a play with it. So that's it, there you go. Thanks a lot for listening. My name is Naji and check out my blog.